Everybody focuses on saving enough for retirement or choosing the perfect year to start taking Social Security. But often enough attention isn't put to the cost of postponing retirement and what it's going to mean for your overall enjoyment. So I'd love to share with you today some thoughts on the cost of postponing retirement and how to make a great decision for yourself. Let's get started. Let me tell you, I more than anyone understand the rationale for postponing retirement and for wanting to have all of our ducks in a row so that we can enjoy our retirement to the best of our ability. And having been a single mom, I can tell you this was top of mind for me as well. So I'm not discounting that, not one little bit. But there comes a time of diminishing returns. And I had to really face that for myself. The time that is right for you could change as your health changes or as your finances change. There's a whole range of things that could come into play for when you want to retire. And so I guess I would encourage you at some point to get out of your head a little bit, to get out of the maze of analytics and get out of the maze of following the crowd. Follow your own heart, follow your own intuition, and kind of feel into what you sense is the right time for you, using good common sense and advice from experts. First, let me start by saying that your criteria and your circumstances are likely going to change in the years that you're still making your decision. And just like the old saying, when it comes down to picking your future spouse, that you'll know when it's the right one. When it comes to retirement, you're also going to know when it's the right time for you. It becomes very clear. It's almost organic, and you don't really have to think it through anymore. You feel it. You know it's time to retire. And I was told that about retirement as well, and I thought, how could that be possible that I'll know, that I'll just know it's time to leave the workforce or whatever? But in point of fact, yes, you will know. You'll feel it in your bones, and it will be undeniable, and you will recognize that this is the time. I have a friend who's already turning 70 this year and hasn't retired yet. And I understand all of the criteria that he has been applying for himself. And I feel that he'll know when the time is right, when it becomes unnegotiable. It will become unnegotiable, and you will know it's time to retire, whether it's your job going away, finances, health. So let's review what the hidden costs are of postponing retirement and use them as guidelines or a sliding scale on when retirement will fit right for you. So the first one is really obvious, and that is your health. There comes a point in time where you don't have the energy that you used to have. You don't have the motivation for work. You don't have the energy. You don't have the drive. And you really do feel like you've reached the end of your rope, whatever that means for you. And part of it could be your body just telling you that keeping the 9-to-5 grind or whatever work schedule you keep isn't suiting you anymore. And it really comes down to really listening to your body, listening to how you feel, and facing whatever it's telling you. I know for myself, working the 5-day week was very taxing at some point. And I felt and I knew that it was eroding my health, and that I wasn't willing to do that because that would then change the course of my entire retirement if I didn't take care of myself. And at some point, putting our focus more on taking care of ourselves and protecting our health is just as important as any other criteria. And I didn't really want to go down some rabbit hole of feeling sick or getting sick or having some complication some way or another. So I made the decision to retire once I made that realization. Next is that time flies. We used to have the saying at work, time flies whether you're having fun or not. And there's truth in that. So time does fly. And next thing you know, another 3 years have gone by. And you're still doing the same thing. And let's face it, we're not getting any younger. Our energy is shifting. Our health may be shifting. Our circumstances may be shifting. Maybe we're saving more money. But at some point in time, there is a breaking point. I had to take stock of the law of diminishing returns, and hedging my bets, really, because we're all just hedging our bets on what's going to work best for me. But for me, my health maintenance was the most important thing. And I do feel that that was a really wise decision. Years go fast and things change and we change. And I really felt that I was allowing my retirement life to slip away by postponing and postponing and having this goal that, honestly, in my case, I wasn't going to reach the promised land of the right amount of money to have saved. I had to really put the financial goal aside and look at the totality of the goal. And knowing that I'm resourceful and knowing that there's more than one way to do something, I decided to go ahead and retire just so that I could focus more time on eating better, exercising more, relaxing more, and just easing up all the way around. And I would never change it. I am so happy that I've done that. So I'm still in pre-retirement mode, but I can see in the very near future that I will want to be 100% retired. And by the way, if you haven't seen my video on pre-retirement and how I found a way to feel as much as 80% retired while I'm still working part-time, please look in the description box below to find the link. And last but not least, I really want to address the idea that you could be missing key moments that you can't get back. Seeing your grandchildren when they're little, or making special trips with them, or taking them to Disney World, or whatever it is. Waiting means that you could be missing moments that matter. You certainly would be missing opportunities to spend with friends, family, and doing things that you love. To me, there's no time like the present. And yes, I was very strategic in making my plans, but I also realized that at some point it comes down to diminishing returns, and my health, my wellness, and really even my happiness comes first, because we have no guarantees. And the most important thing is to have comfort with our decisions, feel safe with our decisions, have no regret about our decisions, and that can go in either direction. None of us has a crystal ball, and we are walking a bit of a tightrope when it comes to making this decision. So follow your gut, use your intuition, ask for help from experts, and that includes physicians as well as financial planners. And at the end, make sure that you make a decision that you can live with. So in closing, we don't know what's going to be around the corner, and we don't know what we're going to need later on. The one thing we can be sure of is that none of us has a crystal ball, and we're making a decision to the best of our ability. I highly recommend getting advice and support from your physicians, from your financial planner, from your family. But at the end of the day, the decision is yours. It's something you feel in your body. It's something you know undeniably when it's time to retire. And so I guess I would encourage you at some point to get out of your head a little bit, to get out of the maze of analytics and get out of the maze of following the crowd. Follow your own heart, follow your own intuition, and kind of feel into what you sense is the right time for you, using good common sense and advice from experts, and even maybe advice from your family. But at the end of the day, you have to be true to yourself. And that is the essence of retirement life, being true to ourselves. And so why should the decision be in any other category than in being true to ourselves? Thanks for joining. Be sure to like or subscribe down below so that you never miss an episode. And check out the description area where I will leave links and important other information about this topic.